Good afternoon, Justin O'Keefe from Talent Force Recruitment, continuing our mission to get parents back into the workforce, relaunching careers, pivoting careers and redesigning careers. Today we're going to ask a very simple question. How ready are you to go back into the workforce or redesign or pivot your career? And we would suggest, and this is something you do at home, it's not something you share perhaps with anyone else outside your family or your household, is that you say, rate yourself between 0 and 10, how ready am I? And honestly ask yourself this question, ranging from 0, which is, I know I need to do it, but I'm simply not ready. Up as far as 10, I'm ready. I could start tomorrow. Okay. The purpose of this is that we finding that right role that works for you, works for your domestic situation, isn't simply a matter of writing a CV and sending it off. It's very much more about being mentally prepared. So if you say I'm between 0 and 3, that's a difficult place to be. We've talked before about momentum. So at that point, you don't feel like you have momentum. You don't feel mentally ready. You're a bit overwhelmed, a bit nervous, ill prepared, and really you've got a little bit of work to do. There's issues to tease out. You need to figure out who you can talk to, who can support you. They can help. Really, a lot of questions. Really start to tease out, how would I do childcare? So at this stage, it's about creating small goals, mentally thinking through how it would work. And this is a difficult stage. You're really coming at this from a standing start, and this is a tough point in the journey. So over the next few weeks, we will go through tools about how you would start to build from this and really start to move yourself on. Let's just say you rate yourself between 4 and 6. So you're somewhat prepared, but perhaps under-prepared for the transition, for this leap that you're going to make. So we often talk about momentum. So you have some momentum, but there is a bit more to be built. Perhaps at this stage it's about weekly goals, building confidence, building direction, really getting out and talking to people. People are amazing once you talk to them. At this point, you probably start to figure out there's some issues that, childcare might be an issue, or logistics or might be an issue. But don't ignore that. Don't ignore it. You're building momentum just because, there's good and bad to be worked out here. So you're building momentum. If you're saying you're at the top of the scale, a 7, 8, 9, 10, really what you're saying is you have momentum, you've resolved, you feel ready, you feel match fit. And really this is the time we need to start exploring options. You've done some work, you've asked yourself the hard questions, and you're building confidence. So 7, 8, 9, 10, you're ready to start talking to people. We would strongly be suggesting that no one starts sending out CVs, starts talking to recruitment agencies until you're starting to feel ready, until you've got you feel like you've a positive story to tell. This is a big jump, and what we look in our next video is the priorities to look at. What are the things you need to start to tease out as you get ready to talk to people. Hope this has been a benefit. I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.